Thank you for joining a read-aloud story. Red Leaf, Yellow Leaf by Lois Ehlert is highlighted in October of the 2022 PRC-Saltillo calendar. This story is read using the TAAP strategy to encourage conversation and interaction with the AAC learner. The words we encourage you to model this month are cool, what, happened, next, probably, believe, and a few others. Let's take a closer look at how to model these words and tap your way through the story. The first step to tap your way through is to pick an activity. We've already done that. We're reading the book Red Leaf, Yellow Leaf. Next, you decide how often you will stop and tap. For this story, we suggest tapping after every page of the book. So, how do you tap? First, you talk about it. We suggest modeling the word cool. You can say, cool, that's cool, so cool, or whatever else grabs your AAC learner's attention. Next, you ask a question and wait for a response. We suggest modeling the words what, happened, and next. Some things you could say are, what's next? What happened? What happened next? Then you acknowledge their response. This month, we suggest modeling the word probably. You could say, probably. It probably will. We'll probably see, or whatever else feels natural. Finally, you propel the activity forward or predict. We suggest you model the word believe. You could say, do you believe that? I believe. I believe we'll find. Enjoy simply listening to the story or tap your way through the story demonstrating words and locations for the AAC learner on their technology. Find other words that are interesting to the AAC learner and use these words in other activities. What does the life cycle of a tree look like? Watch with us to find out. Red Leaf, Yellow Leaf by Lois Ehlert. Red leaf, yellow leaf. I've been saving this little leaf from my sugar maple tree so I could show it to you. I love my tree. It was born long before I was. The wind blew seeds from the big maple trees in the woods. They twirled and whirled as they fell to the ground. Seeds the squirrels didn't find lay sleeping among the leaves until they were covered with snow. When spring sun warmed the seeds, they sprouted and sent roots down into the soil. Tiny leaves unfolded on their stems. I think my tree would have been happy to stay there forever. But one day, nursery workers came to the woods to collect tree sprouts. They transplanted the sprouts and tended them year after year. Just as the trees were settling in, they were measured, marked, and uprooted again. Each ball of roots was wrapped and tied with twine. My tree was loaded onto a truck filled with other trees and delivered to the garden center. We went there in the fall and picked out my tree. Dad had a hole already dug, waiting for it. When we got home, we lowered my tree into the hole. I held the trunk while Dad covered the roots with soil. Now, every night before I go to bed, I peek out the window and wave to my tree. When it snows, I hang up treats for the birds. Each spring, I look for signs that my tree is growing. By late summer, the crown of leaves is bushy and green. I love it when the tree flowers turn into winged seeds. But if you want to visit my tree, come in the fall. That's my favorite time. Can you guess why? The end.